Adam McKay's new movie, Don't Look Up, getting panned. Why don't people like it? It's about climate change. Adam McKay, the brilliant comedic director of things like Step Brothers and Anchorman, no longer wants to make stand-up comedy. He said making movies about white guys in suits doesn't feel right because those white guys in suits have ruined the world. So he doesn't want to laugh at that anymore. This is from Adam McKay. I'm paraphrasing, but that's pretty much what he said. So now he wants to make films about important, impactful issues like climate change. The problem is a lot of people don't think it's good. Now, I don't know how many people, I just know that he's got Leonardo DiCaprio in it, right?
You also have Jonah Hill.
He's got Jonah Hill, Meryl Streep.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a great cast.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is they say it's a little heavy-handed, I guess, in the messaging.
Yes. I haven't got to see it yet, but it seems to be getting panned
not
by
that
everybody.
good.
Yeah.
Well, nothing's going to be good when it's about an ideology rather than a story. If it's a movie. I mean, ideologies aren't necessarily designed to be movies. So even if they're correct, even if they're the right one, it's probably not going to be that good. Vice was not good. He's actually not good at this. He's good at making those movies about silly white guys in suits because he is a silly white guy in a suit. What he's not is this he's not Francis Ford Coppola. He's not. And I don't care. I mean, I don't care. He's never going to do anything with me anyway. But, he made The Big Short, and that was fun. But that was the edge of what he could do. Like, that was as serious as he could do it. And he had Margot Robbie in a tub explaining, credit default swaps. It wasn't that serious. But he's a genius. And what he's done with comedy is amazing. He's left his stamp, him and Will Ferrell, on comedy. But this stuff that he's doing now that he wants to do because he wants the Emmys, he wants the awards, the articles, it's not going to be good. And a lot of people, have been kind of saying that. Have the critics...
Yeah, I got Roger Ebert's website right here.
What did he say? What did Roger Ebert say?
Well, he's since passed away, but I believe Nick Allen is running it now. He's
good. I forgot that Roger Ebert died.
They're carrying on the spirit of
Did he
Roger.
die of COVID last week with you? Is that what happened to Roger Ebert? He got COVID at the end of the tour? And he had to lay in a bathtub for 7 days?
It's almost irrelevant that this is McKay's worst film yet, because there's something far more maddening about the promise of, the potential, and the importance that Don't Look Up foists upon itself. This is, of course, about global warming and how we're not doing enough about it. A funny premise for a star-studded comedy with disturbing stakes. But McKay has filled this parable with hot air, wanting us to marvel at and then choke on its mediocre jokes. So Nick Allen's sort of ripping it to shreds there. From what I've heard, it's just not funny. Which you don't want to. That's the last thing you want when making a comedy, is someone to say it's not a comedy.
Well, I don't think he wants to be funny.
Oh, interesting.
I mean, this is the point, is that he doesn't want to be funny. Comedy is no longer about being funny. It's about having people go, yeah, you're right about that. So I don't think Adam McKay is disturbed by that. I mean, maybe he is. But... I mean, this is a dude who said, I don't want to make any comedies anymore. I want to make the type of comedy that people in my circle will like. My circle of polite multimillionaires who will then say, oh, that's so important. Such an important issue. Thank you. And, that seems to be what he wants to do. So he's accomplished that. He did it. It's not for you anymore, dummy. They hate you. They don't want you to laugh at what they do. They don't think you're a human being. They don't value you. They don't think you should own a car. They don't think you should be able to drive anywhere. They don't believe you should choose your job. They don't believe you should have free speech. They don't believe you should be allowed to go on the internet and say what you want to say. They barely believe you should be able to vote. And they don't care that you like their movie on top of that. And icing on the cake, they don't care if you think they're funny anymore. Does not matter to them. That ship has sailed. You were lucky. They don't want you to have custody of your own children. They don't give a fuck if you like their movie. Truly. Seth Rogen doesn't care if you like, what did they just make? Abortion, Mrs. Claus?
Santa
Whatever
Inc.
it is. What is it called?
Santa Inc.
Santa Inc., right, about Sarah Silverman, blackface Sarah, who was very funny at one point, but is now spends all her time on a podcast apologizing to random people because she said the N-word in 2004. Why don't you go help someone that needs help instead of sitting on your podcast and apologizing? This is self-serving shit here. So everyone that I grew up liking has become cringe, and it's really, truly disgusting. And the answer is not to make Ben Shapiro, Charlie Kirk fantasies about, female snipers killing school shooters. No, that movie's good, Tim. You don't really get, fuck you. Maybe it is good. I don't care. That's not the answer either. The answer isn't to get a bunch of conservative psychopaths together to make right-wing movies either, okay? But, yeah, they don't give a shit if you like their movie. That shouldn't shock you. Nobody cares. It's not about being funny. It's about pissing people off and making other people happy, which should be the essence of comedy. But when it's strictly about politics all the fucking time, and there's no other element that anybody thinks about when they make something, everything will suck. Things will be bad. Comedy is the gray area. Comedy should live in the area that is not explicitly defined by who somebody voted for. There are deeper things about the human experience that we can convey besides who somebody voted for. It's silly now. And, but, good luck. Good luck, everyone. I hope that you enjoy it, and maybe it is good. Maybe I'll love it. Maybe I love it. What if I like it? And I tell everyone to go fuck off.